All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining our call this afternoon with Keaton Ellis. As always, please raise your hand and I'll call on you. We'll start with Rich Garcella.
Good afternoon, Keaton. Thanks for your time today. What did your performance in the Outback Bowl, how did that help you and in going forward and competing for the starting job this year?
Yeah, definitely, gave me a lot of confidence, rolling into this year, to get some good quality, minutes out there. You can't give up those experiences for anything, And so I'm just going to use that to propel me, through spring ball, through the fall camp, just keep trying to get better.
Tyler Donahue.
Hey, Keaton, I hope you're doing well. Aside from that December experience, overall, and what do you get out of 2021, and how much further along are you at the safety position right now, and game ready are you right now?
Yeah, definitely made a lot of strides. I feel like that I'm ready, and I'm more comfortable. Back there at safety for moving the corner, and my confidence is really high. And I'm just still there's always room to improve. There's always room to get better. I'm learning something new every day. So just gotta keep stacking days, and it's gonna take care of itself.
Ben Jones.
Hey, Keaton, how's it going?
Good.
Do you feel, through the ups and downs of your career, the injuries, the playing, the not playing, is there a sort of now or never element to this year for you? I mean, how do you kind of approach maybe getting a second chance at figuring all of this out?
Yeah, I definitely have, my mentality is usually, always the same. And, but, definitely going to this year, I feel like this could be a big year for me. And, I'm excited for it. And, just keep getting better every day and putting the work in is the only thing I can do and the only thing I can control.
Greg Pickle.
Keaton, thanks for your time today. What have you learned about the way that Coach Diaz wants safeties to play in this defense, and how have you had to either, I don't know if adjust is the right word, but just what are some of the top things you've learned through 4 weeks of spring practice now that are kind of takeaways for you?
Yeah, he's a great coach, and I think a great leader. Just from getting to know him more, and just there's not really anything that I really need to change about my game. Just playing fast, really playing more downhill, and just understanding what he wants, and it's been really exciting. Just getting every practice, getting more immersed in his defense and having a better understanding and of what he wants, out of us, out of the safeties. And I feel like I'm coming a long way, and just looking forward to keep every day in practice, keep getting better, and I'm excited.
Mark Brennan.
Keaton, thanks for your time. As somebody who has made the transition from corner to safety, can you give us an assessment of how Zaquan is coming along, and how much does he kind of reach out to you for help, and how much do you kind of enjoy helping him? Thank you.
Yeah, he's a great player. Obviously, having some more, coverage, that coverage skills, that translates. And, he's been making great strides. He's playing really well. He's learning really fast. And, if he ever needs anything from me, I'm always here for him. Whether that's a question about, the system or, just anything, I'm always, here for him. And he feels he can reach out to me or talk to me about whatever he needs. And, I'm truly excited for him. He's one of the great young players that we do have. And, I'm just happy to be, part of watching him work and develop.
Ryan Risky.
Keaton, kind of going off of what Mark said about, you made the transition from cornerback to safety. What was that transition like for you, and how has that helped you going forward, to compete for a starting safety job this year?
Yeah, I feel like the transition definitely went, smooth. I feel like, my skill set, transitioned, to the safety position very well. And you know, obviously like you try to get on the field. So I think I was in a good position to do that. So that transition wasn't too hard for me, you know, in that aspect. And you know, I'm just excited, you know, to keep working and keep growing in the position to fight for a starting spot.
John Sauber.
Keaton, as someone who worked to break through the last few years, is there a sense of a fresh start with a new defensive coordinator this year?
Yeah, and in some essence, yeah. You know, the competition, you know, is still in the room. So, you know, the room's making each other better and, you know, growing together. And so there's always gonna be that competition there, regardless of the coach. You know, obviously they're the same, you know, safeties coach as well, from last year's and Coach Poindexter. So, you know, just basically trying to learn as much as I can, as fast as I can, and apply it, you know, with the coach transition.
Andre Snyder.
Hey, Keaton, how comforting is it when you have a guy like Jair Brown back there to play with? I mean, how much easier can he make it for you guys and all of that and everybody else in that room?
Yeah, you know, he's a great player, and you know, you always, you know, can trust him, you know, to know that he's gonna do, you know, his job and be able to make plays. So it's definitely comforting that, you know, have him there and, you know, play alongside him. You know, it's really, really cool. He, you know, very smart dude, football wise. And so, you know, I'm learning a lot from him. Just, you know, just little things too, outside the playbook, you know, things that he does specifically. And, you know, it's been, you know, really good, you know, for me in my process and growing in the safety position. He's been a key part of that. And, you know, I thank him for that.
Daniel Gallen.
Hey, Keaton, what has the competition in the safety room been like this spring with Jalen and Zaki, and how do you expect that to change once these incoming freshmen get on campus later this year?
Yeah, you know, competition's always been good. You know, we all, you know, want to see each other get better and reach our, you know, potential. And, you know, that's the biggest thing, is trying to get our full potential out of each and every one of us. And, you know, I think it's getting us all better. And we're all working really hard to get better every day, you know, as a unit. And, you know, we want to be the best unit on the team, you know, and the best unit in the country. So we're working really hard, you know, each day, practice, you know, just to get better.
Spencer Ripchick.
Hey, Keaton, now that Jaquan has moved on from Penn State, who have you seen that stepped up as a leader in the secondary this spring?
Yeah, I would definitely say, you know, Jair Brown. You know, he's really stepped up vocally. And that was like the biggest thing that, you know, that I've noticed, you know, being more of a vocal leader. You know, he's always led by example. But, you know, he's really turned it up a notch and, you know, been motivating us and, you know, getting us going, you know, in practice and just making everybody better.
Rich Scarcella.
Along those same lines, Keaton, what did you pick up or learn from Jaquan Brisker, either by watching him or by listening to him?
Yeah, you know, Jaquan, he's, you know, a great player. And the biggest thing for me is his relentless mentality. You know, every play he gives it his all. And, you know, he leaves everything, you know, out on the field. And that's something you can carry, you know, with you, and you try and emulate, you know, in your game. And, you know, he was a true warrior, you know, so that's probably like the biggest thing, you know, that can make an impact, you know, and you know, he had the skill set and everything, but the biggest thing is, you know, his mentality, the way he went about things. That was probably the biggest, you know, takeaway from, you know, being with him and watching him.
Tyler Donahue.
Keaton, there was a moment last December where it sure looked like Coach Poindexter was on his way out of town, going to maybe head back to his alma mater. What was it like to have him, you know, confirm he was staying with you guys? And really, what is his presence as a former All-American player, as a Hall of Famer for you at safety?
Yeah, you know, it means a lot. You know, he's a really unique perspective, you know, and, you know, he's done it. You know, he's been through it, and he's been through some troubling times, and, you know, he has some great stories. about the people he's played with, and the things that he's done, and I can't take that for granted. And everything he says, you gotta either write down or remember, because it's always a lot of powerful stuff. And he's a great players coach. Can really understand how to get things out of people, get their full potential out of them. And so I'm just grateful he's my coach. And I'm just excited to keep learning from him. And he's making me better, and he's making the safety room better.
Ben Jones.
Keaton, good teams tend to have good vibes in a locker room. And when you have a team that might play a lot of younger guys this year, how do they sort of acclimate? How do they gain older guys' respect? And how do you sort of, assimilate them into a culture when, they might not wait a year or two to play, they might play right away? How do you kind of get them up to speed culturally?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just sustain, in every aspect of the program, from every staff member to Coach Franklin, that culture is instilled, and just the way we carry ourselves, as, upperclassmen and veterans, sets an example. And, young guys earn that by, just being a part of that culture. And, we have everybody friends on the team, we're all pretty close. So, we just, working together every day. So we just building those relationships. Obviously, you got to start somewhere. I remember when I came in as a freshman, might not knew everybody, but, after 2-3 weeks, I knew everybody by name. I had a different relationship with everybody. And, the locker room is very positive, and, that just is a great sign, of a good team.
Greg Pickle.
Keaton, is somebody who obviously, watches film of all parts of the field as a safety. Are there any players that are standing out to you as guys who have taken a step forward this spring in your mind?
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of guys like, Kalen King, for example. Kurt has been playing really well. Devon's playing really well. A bunch of guys, basically the whole D-line has been playing awesome. And those guys are, the foundation. So, and then they've been playing great. Obviously Jay Sub in there, and then Tyler Elson's a big one. He's been playing really well, along with Kobe King. So a lot of the guys, almost everybody is playing really well, and, picking up defense fast. And I'm excited for, all the guys who are going to have an opportunity. And, everybody's working really hard. We're competing, and we're definitely getting better as a defense, and so.
Time for two more. Mark Brennan.
Keaton, on the other side of the ball, obviously we know about Parker Washington and Keandre, but are there receivers who we maybe have not seen much of who are flashing in spring practice? Thanks.
Yeah, Malik's having a really good spring. He's, showing he's been making big plays, in practice. And I'm just excited to watch him. And Tinsley's been playing really well as well. And those are just a couple guys, and those young guys are really working hard too. So I'm excited for them. And it's been a really good competition, and both sides of the ball getting better. And I'm just really excited to keep working.
Last question, Andrew Destin.
On the note of offense, going off the last question, Keandre took a pretty big jump from year one to year two, obviously last year. What do you think about his development so far early on in the spring, and for him to kind of step into that number 2 role? How's he looked in your mind so far?
Yeah, no, he looks great. His confidence is really high. And, that's like the biggest thing, is having confidence, and he's been playing really well. So I'm really excited for him to step up and, into a bigger role. And, everybody knows he's capable of it, and we're just excited to watch him, continue to grow and get better.